Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. Today we're back at Copart. We're scouring the yard for vehicles to possibly bring to the channel. Today we're going to have a theme to this walkthrough, and that's going to be trying to locate the most reliable vehicles on the lot at this particular time and day, and I'll show you them one by one. As you can see, plenty to pick from, hundreds if not thousands of vehicles, including cars, trucks, larger trucks, motorcycles, boats, RVs, SUVs, off-road vehicles, you name it. We're going to be looking at cars today, maybe SUVs along with them, to find some of the most reliable. These are going to be projects to begin with. A high percentage of the vehicles here are going to have some issues that you'll have to take care of. That's why they're project cars, and that's why coming to Copart's excellent. I would love to thank the Copart staff, a very friendly staff, for letting me come through and get footage in here. They don't have to, but they're very, very friendly, and this is a great part of my day being able to do this, so I'm very thankful. So let's start off with some vehicles. All of these vehicles today are going to be ones I would recommend that after your project is finished, and these are back on the road, they hopefully will not give you a problem in the future like some of the other ones here. So we'll start off doing a couple videos of cars I recommend to pick up, and maybe some, if these videos do good, we'll do some videos on cars I would stay away from on the lot here. Let's get started. So right off the bat, we'll find a Toyota, and this is a RAV4. So Toyota, obviously has a great reputation. The 2.5 liter is okay. It's still very, very, very reliable, and you can pile on the miles. So if you maintain the vehicle, that's oil, service transmission, if it has a front rear diff, if it has a transfer case, if you stay up on top of those and maintain them properly and regularly, you can get a ton of mileage, 200, 300,000 miles out of them. This one here, we're going to check and pop the hood and see which engine it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I would probably, still put this on my list. It doesn't seem that bad. Let's look at the damage first. So we have some front end damage. The hood's okay. The headlights are okay. The bumper, if it wouldn't be ripped down there, you could get rid of that transfer and fix some of the clips. PDR won't take care of that fender, so you'd probably need a bumper and a fender, which isn't too bad. What about the rest of it? Solid? I mean, that paint is really, Toyota white paint oxidizes quickly. Sometimes it has a tendency to peel. Hondas and Toyotas have that problem. This is just actually faded and worn. But the only problem is going to be the bumper and the fender over there. So let's take a closer look. So with the RAV4s, you're going to have a second row. And this is rather clean compared to some of the vehicles that I see. And you're going to have the storage of the cargo back here. That's where all your mats are. You get a free tool with it. How about that? Let's hop up in the front here. Well, that could be scary, because sometimes, mechanics or those that work on their vehicle and don't wipe their hands, that's something that's a red flag to me. However, let's keep looking. Besides being dirty, it's not too bad, and I believe it has power here. We do have a key. Key's broken off, but we have enough of it that we may be able to get this started. It's hard to get enough leverage on the broken key here to start it. And I can't get enough leverage because it's broken. But 144,000 miles, that's just broken in for a vehicle like this. Again, you can normally pile on 200,000 to 300,000 miles. I see these at auction yards and insurance yards, IA, Copart here. So that's really nothing. You just want to be able to start it and make sure everything else works. Put it in reverse, put it in drive, make sure it goes forward and back. Now, you're not going to be able to take it up and down into their lot and take it for a spin. You can only move it forward and backward in short spurts. Especially the vehicles that are pinched in the second and third rows here, you can't even hardly do that. So it's going to be always a gamble as to if they're going to shift into second, third, overdrive. It is what it is. But you can come out here and you can check off the other boxes, like checking for rust. Get up under there with a pen light or a flashlight. Let me close this door because that's driving me nuts. And check the tires. You can check the brakes through some of the wheel patterns. You can check the rotors. You can crawl underneath and look for leaks. There shouldn't be any leaks. Engine oil leaks, transmission transfer case, front rear diff. Look for where the leaks are coming from, and are they if they're spotting the ground the car's sitting over, that's a bad leak. Pop the hood. Always pop the hood. And check and see if there's a lot of aftermarket parts. Have things been worked on and replaced? You can normally see that if things have been fiddled around with. Also, look for stickers and little notes that wise mechanics would put under the hood for you. Some put little stickers that say timing chain done at this mileage. Some put notes with colored markers when things were serviced and filters were changed and repairs were made. Look for that. And then you can look at interior. Are the materials quality or falling apart? Is the interior falling apart? Are your switches falling out? Are the switches worn where you can't even see what they are anymore? A lot of things to look for. You could spend at least 45 minutes per car if you wanted to. I would recommend that, looking into them and seeing exactly what you would be bidding on or buying. But I would recommend this RAV4 here. All right, so this is going to have the 16 valve. This is a 2.4, not 2.5. And, we have pretty much all original parts that I can see. So, the next thing you want to look at are belts to see if they are cracked. Look at hoses. Look at anything that maybe, if say, something was been fiddled with or replaced, a lot of the times the stuff isn't put back right, clips aren't put back right. These hoses, everything looks original. So next thing I want to do is check all the levels of the fluid. Your brake fluid, coolant, clutch fluid, anything you can get your hands on that has a dipstick. This one here, definitely needs the oil changed. But it's not like there's just a drop hanging off the end of the dipstick and it's... With the transmission fluid, you want to see if it's burnt. You can actually smell that as well. You can smell when it's burnt. Now I can't because I can't smell anything, so that doesn't help me. And I'm not going to go taste it like some of the YouTubers do, so I'll just have to rely on my sight. And that's going to be with color and feeling it. Is it gritty? Another thing you can do, flip up the oil cap, make sure there's no milky substance in that area that could indicate head gasket problems. So yeah, there are many things that you could check under the hood, but you can pile a crap load of miles on these. All right, the next one we're going to stop at may be the less desirable of the group, but it's going to be the Buick LeSabre. This is the Park Avenue, I believe. Let's take a look back here. It has the same 3.8 liter V6, which is very, very sturdy, very reliable. This platform here is highly recommended for its reliability. Some electrical issues, some manifold gasket issues, very minor stuff, not the $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 repairs that you would get in some other makes and models. So let's take a closer look at this one. It looks like it's been here forever. It looks like it's been sitting forever, but if it's something you can work on and get it going, you would have a very reliable, sturdy vehicle to look forward to. So we have, this can be pulled out. The paint is shot. Issues up here, we have flat tires. Let's see what the last time it was inspected was a good 5 6 years ago. Lost type, unknown, and it is a 2000 Buick Park Avenue. We do have some bubbling issues. Now that's the paint. It's not rust, that's the paint actually separating from the panel. This side here looks fine, just flat tires. My guess it was something, well, it's hard to say. Maybe a flood, could have been anything. These were very, very comfortable. This was a large car. Heavy, absorbed the bumps very well. And it had a suspension that could do well with the bumps to begin with. So you can see what the sun has done, has ravaged the leather seats. But we're talking about a car that's now a quarter of a century old. The only problem with these, you know, once you accept that the reliability's there with the parts you have, is we're getting to a point where parts for these are probably going to start getting harder and harder to find, and probably more expensive, because those selling those parts, they see that and they realize that. So it's a shame. Some of these and some of the Crown Victorias of the time, those with the Panther platform and the Lincoln Town cars, you know, early 2000s are getting to a point now where within a year or two or maybe 3, that reliability won't matter much because the parts will be so hard to find. So it's such a shame. I don't think this is going to have any power to start it up, but we'll pop the hood and I'll show you that 3.8 liter V6, which is very sturdy. The transmissions are sturdy. Again, maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. As long as you maintain them, you're going to be perfectly fine. No juice, so we're not going to be able to see the mileage. I would guess probably around 150,000, but you know, very simple in here, as you know, being an older car, but very comfortable. Even in these seats that are worn, it's comfortable, and you would imagine a comfortable ride in something like this. So here's that very sturdy V6. What you would do is look at the belt. You would look for cracking in these areas where it exposes the belt. You could see some right here. I don't know if it's going to be hard to see, but that belt is getting old and rotted. You want to look for that. Then you want to look for your spark plug wires. Sitting this long, something you want to look for are rodent nests, because if you have rodent nests in these areas, you may have chewed wires somewhere, and that is a nightmare. What else to look for? Have these areas, this hasn't been opened in quite some time, so, you know, so the filter would have to be changed out. Let's see. That's not a good sign right there. That's one of the first times I could show you that kind of that milky look to it, or milkshake look, which would be water got in there somehow. Either a flood car, which was my guess at the beginning, or maybe a head gasket problem. Nonetheless, these are one of the sturdiest platforms for GM in the early 2000s. Let's move on. All right, the next one here that is super reliable, this is a 2014 Lexus GS350, and this will have that very reliable, highly touted 3.5 liter V6, 306 horse, 277 foot-pounds of torque, 8-speed transmission. And they also look incredible. Guys, the Lexus is just a glorified, or the luxury brand of Toyota. So you have that reliability and high grade that Toyota gets for reliability, with just a little bit more engineering that goes into it. This is a really good looking car. Now we're going to take a closer look and see where the serious, and right here's your serious issue. So you're going to have suspension issues, fender bumper, the hood and the headlight escaped it unless there's some mounting problems. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that the frame isn't twisted under there. Other than that, this is a very good looking car. Gorgeous. cool wheels. The interior is going to be nice. You're going to have different layers of materials, from your wood trim to leather to plastic to black piano finish. Perforated seats. They're going to be heated. They're going to be cooled. You're going to be very happy. You're going to be very comfortable in these things. I always like the designs of these. You do have an airbag that's popped, so that's a couple grand tacked on to your... And then we have some very stylish vans here that come with the vehicle. That'll make some happy. Absolutely love Lexus. I've had a few on the channel. I'm going to have more. They are fun to drive. They are luxurious. They're comfortable. And maintenance, and you're going to hear me say this in a lot of videos over and over again, but hopefully that'll get through to a lot of people that overlook the maintenance and then expect their cars to last. And it just, the combination of lack of maintenance and reliability does not mix. So if I can get through to just one person and they start to regularly maintain the oil, the transmission, and the basic stuff, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that. I love what I do, guys. I love cars. I love being around cars. I love talking about cars. I'm passionate about it. Now that I've retired from the shop aspect of detailing, I can get more into the full time of flipping cars and spending more time with these cars out here. Just spending time with these cars out here in this graveyard, in this junkyard, puts a smile on my face, and I absolutely love it. And I hope that's contagious for you guys. So yeah, so the next car on the list is obviously the Lexus 350, and almost every Lexus, not all of them. When we get into future videos, I could pick out some of these Toyotas and Hondas and Lexuses that I would stay away from. Let me know down in the comments section if you want that type of video. So for the last reliable vehicle on the lot for this video, we're going to go with a Subaru Outback. And they are crazy, crazy reliable, and because of the all-wheel drive and their ability in inclement weather, they're very popular. And this will come in two different engine sizes. The more popular sought-after Boxer is a 3.6 liter 6-cylinder. You can also get the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Not too many problems to report on these, but because they're all-wheel drive, there are more components to maintain and look after. So why is this here? And again, let's take a closer look at the loss. Loss type unknown. That is a 2015 Subaru Outback. It's here for an insurance company, so... Okay, here we go. Here's the damage over here. So a rear gate, and then the support that goes across here, and then rear bumper. Looks like the rear quarter was just scratched. So that's an easy fix for some, and that's all that's wrong with this. Enough for it to be here, but that wouldn't be a big issue for me. Look at that. You have the second row, you have your storage back here. Seat's not even worn yet. Come on, guys. This is in great shape. Just needs to be cleaned up. And it looks like we do have power, so let's see if we can get this thing started. Look at that. Only 68,000 miles. Air conditioner kicked on. It's nice and cold already. We don't need that today. It's a cool day. No lights on the dash, so we'll shut her down. With only 68,000 miles, this is going to be a very, very popular vehicle. Those that can bid here on the Copart cars, you can bid from around the world. So this one's going to be popular. You're going to see that the bidding process is going to be a frenzy, and it's going to go for a good dollar with a low mileage. And, you know, the damage, depending on who you are, would be nothing. So let's pop the hood and see which engine we have. Do we have the Boxer? So this is just a little 2.5 liter, but still, you know, you have a rather newer filter on there. The belt looks like it's in good shape. Let's see if somebody's been changing the oil. it's not bad. I've seen a lot worse. It's full, so yeah, this is going to be on the list for a lot of people, and maybe even mine. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you want to see more similar to this, let me know down in the comment section. I'm going to keep going, see what else I can find. If you want to see videos of what you should stay away from in a yard like this, I could do that as well. I could do breakdowns of just years, makes, models, or just cars, trucks, SUVs. Let me know what you want to see. This has been Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I'll catch you in the next video.